everybody, today we're going to take some of the wooden Dollar Tree forms. You can get these little wooden forms in a package from Dollar Tree, and we are going to turn them into this. We're going to take them up a notch, you guys. I'm going to show y'all how I got this look on these leaves. Before we get started, if you have been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you. And if you are new, welcome to my channel. I hope that you choose to subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. Okay, so here we go. We have our Dollar Tree leaf that we are going to use. And as you see, it has a little hole up in the top. We're going to take care of that in just a minute. But here's the colors that I decided to use. So we've got the saffron yellow, the deep burgundy. We've got some spiced pumpkin and some desert cactus. These are all Americana paints by Decoupage. I also have this bag of stone granules. You can find this at Walmart in the craft section, in the floral section. And this is going to give us some good texture. I'll show you how we're going to use that in just a minute. And I put mine in a little shaker, a little salt shaker that you can get at the Dollar Tree. Here's some Mod-Podge in a nice fancy bottle. What are these called? Pfeiffer? I have no idea. Fancy. It's a fancy bottle. And also from Dollar Tree are these two stencils right here. Those are from Dollar Tree. We're going to use some stencil brushes on this project. This one right here is from Walmart, I think. And we've got some Waverly Antique Wax that you can get at the Walmart and not in a fancy bottle. You could also use some antiquing glaze. This is Valspar. The color of this is called Moose Moose. It's a little bit thinner than the antique wax though, so I like to use the antique wax for this project. So I'm going to grab a little silicone. I think these are called like mask applicators or something like that. It's a silicone in, and I'm putting it behind that little hole because we want to fill that hole up. And then once it starts to dry or set up, then I'm going to use it to kind of smooth off on the front as well. So now our little hole is all full. Once we have our little hole full, we are going to take some of that Mod-Podge and we are going to cover our leaf with the Mod-Podge. Now I've done a couple of these already, so I've got a couple of pieces of those little granules are in the Mod-Podge, so you might see those come and go as I am painting this on. And once you get the whole leaf covered, we are going to take our little shaker of the stone granules. You could use sand too, but I like the granules. It's a little bit thicker than sand. And you're not going to put too much on here. I like to concentrate it kind of towards the middle. That's just me. But you don't want to cover it completely, like too thick with the granules. And then here I am using the heat tool. Of course, you could use a hair dryer as well, or just leave it sit and let it dry. You want to make sure it's good and dry so that your granules are attached. And we're going to take some more Mod-Podge and one of those stencil brushes, and I'm just going to kind of dab on some more Mod-Podge over it. You don't want to brush it because you could actually pull some of those granules off. So I am just kind of like dabbing the Mod-Podge over, and you'll see some of the granules might move, come off, and that's fine. But you do want to make sure that this layer of Mod-Podge is very, very dry, that is completely dry before you go on to painting. You don't want the Mod-Podge and the paint to get, mixed up together. So we're going to start with our paints. So I am doing a little bit of that saffron yellow to start off with, and then some of that little spiced pumpkin color. You can use whatever colors make you happy. And I'm just putting this on random, y'all. This is a layered project. So you're going to do layer over layer over layer, as many layers as you want or don't want. I'm using a little bit of the darker colors on here too. And you just want to cover the whole leaf in what you think, a fall leaf looks like. So I'm in the South, so we don't really have the changing of the leaves. It goes from green to brown pretty much. So if you live somewhere where the leaves change, let me know in the comments and let me know where you are watching from. Once I have all of the colors like I want them, like you can see, I went back and did more yellow. So again, this is a layering project. The paint dries fast, so I didn't really have to, dry too much in between all of the layers, but you can, of course. But now I'm satisfied with this. So we're going to move on to the next thing, and that is going to be your antique wax. So I'm using a different stencil brush, And I'm putting just a little bit of the antique wax on it. You're going to get most of it off. And then ever so lightly, you're just going to kind of run that brush, and the granules that are stuck on there are going to pick up some of that dark. So from what I've seen, when a leaf falls off of a tree, it kind of starts to, I guess from decomposing, it makes like some little brown like marks on it. So that's where that idea came from. So, and it's layering again, you guys. So if you get it too dark, no big deal. No big deal. In fact, there was some parts on here that I thought were too dark. So you'll see, I'm going to go back and put some more colors on there. So you can put the colors over your antique wax. It's not like ruined if you got too much on it or anything like that. So see, like here, I'm going to use the little yellow. So you just do layer color. You could just do one color if you wanted to. It's completely up to you. You do whatever your little crafting heart is happy with. But I am going to add, evidently, a little bit more yellow and a little bit darker onto the tips of these leaves as well. And it looks like I'm happy with this one. So there you go. Now, you can leave it just like this, but you can also do what I'm about to do here. And that is to take a very fine paintbrush and dip a little bit of that antique wax. Dip the paintbrush in the antique wax. And you're going to do like a hint of veins. A hint of veins on your leaf. Don't have to do this whatsoever. This is if you want to take it up another notch. So I'm just... it's a little bit tedious, but because you don't want to put a whole lot on. You don't want to glob it on. You really want it to be faint and just a very thin line. And once I get all of the lines on it like I would like, then I'm actually going to take some of it off, which you'll see here in just a second. You can use a baby wipe, which is what I'm going to use, or you can use a damp, not wet, but damp paper towel. And I just dab over the antique wax that I just put on and kind of lift some of that back off again, because you just want the hint of the veins in the leaf. And there you go. There is your textured leaf. And here's some other ones that I did. So you can see the colors are all different, just whatever makes your heart happy. On the back side of these, I did just the coloring, but you could very well do, you know, the granules on the back as well. Depends on how you're going to display it. But here I have these in a dough bowl, a little dough bowl with some pine cones. And I think they're adorable. You guys, you can add these to a wreath. You can glue them onto a craft project on a surface. You can put them in a dough bowl. They just go anywhere. I love them. You guys, thank y'all so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you will subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, and I will see y'all soon.